So I'm not sure where we're at in the video on working on the yellow patio, so I'm just gonna jump in right here and just say it. Found a parts tractor for the 69 patio. So it's been roughly a couple months, it's been a few months since we got into the yellow patio and we're doing any work on it. I was looking around for a parts tractor. I found a potential parts tractor. I had a Cub that I was going to use for the parts tractor. It's actually sitting up there in the left hand corner. I was going to pull the engine out of it and put it in the yellow patio. However, I decided against it because the crankshaft isn't drilled and I would have to drill into the block in order to mount the stuff to it that I need in order to mount or to get the engine set up. So I kind of thought about that and I thought against it after looking into things. Looked around and I found another engine. This engine unfortunately had the wrong block type that I needed. Originally I was going to swap the oil pan off of it and put the correct style oil pan onto it to mount into the yellow patio, but this engine has the wings that come off the side of it, so unfortunately that wasn't going to work. So more looking around, and I talked to a guy I know, and he had this tractor, or he told me about this tractor. It is a 1969. It was an orange patio originally. Yes, this is a patio. I know someone's gonna whine. This was a patio one originally. It is a 69 patio. It is hydraulic lift. Unfortunately, we are going to be using this as the engine victim. We're gonna be taking the engine out of it and we're gonna put it in this yellow one. I want to start it up, make sure it runs. I was told it smoked a little bit and it did burn a little bit of oil, but it seemed like in the course of running it, the oil burning was slowing down and stopping, so I'm hopeful that that's the case and we're not going to have any oil burned from this one. So I was told if I throw a battery in it, it would start. I traded this off for my 110. Hopefully I didn't make the mistake. I kind of missed that 110. That was a good snowplow. It was a hydraulic lift 8-horse. It did pretty good. So it was a 1971. So yeah, let's go on ahead and I guess get a battery. We'll throw a battery into this thing and see about getting it going. So I guess this is going to be the last start of this tractor before we pull the engine out of it. So let's give it one final start. Does run really good. Let's shut that off and let it run itself out of gas. You know what? I want to take it for a little drive real quick, then I'll bring it. So I'm hoping that I'm correct in assuming that smoke will go away with more hours, because it hasn't run very much, and it seemed like it got better every time it got started up. So I don't know, I guess we'll see. I'm about to be hated by everybody in the garden tractor community for this one, but I guess it's a good thing I'm switching over to steam engines, it seems like, so oh well. Alright, well, here we go. That was the last start, last run, and last drive of this tractor. So I guess let's go on ahead and get this thing apart. I believe all that we really should need to do is take the grill, take the hood uprights off, unhook the belt, and all the wiring. Which that in itself is usually not that hard. Well, usually it shouldn't be that hard at all. It's pretty simple. There it is, that. Yeah. So the next thing I'm going to take is the uprights. We'll take them off. Are they held on there with nuts, or are they held on there? They're held on with nuts. That's what I thought. If this is patio or not. Hard to say. Oh yeah, it is. It's got some weight to it. Could throw that one on the orange patio. There are some things on here I'm going to throw on that orange one because it doesn't have them in patio. For example, the air filter cover and the belt guard cover, they're not patio on that. There we go. Oh, we got it all. Nice. I don't know where that goes. Oh, that's just the ground. I wonder if we can break loose. Go ripping on it because the plan is to try to save this wiring harness. So we'll just cut that off. And we'll just take this and just throw this over here. Although I don't need headlights because I don't have them on that one. So that one I'm not too worried about. I need to... That gas tank has gas in it. How much, I'm not sure. I believe it's got about half a tank. If it's still where it was at when I looked at it earlier. That needs to be unthreaded. It has this. I just realized that. Does that thread into this? It does, I think. So we just unthread that bolt from the frame. We'll have this. We can clean this up and put it on that yellow one. Although this is wrong because it has... Fold that flap down and you won't have that problem. Oh, I see. I don't know how well this will work because this is on a hydraulic lift tractor at the moment. If I had a screwdriver, I loosened that. This is my first time messing with one of the hydraulic lifts, I'm sure you can tell. So I have to kind of look at it, figure it out. There we go. There's one. There's two. Those lines look to be in pretty good shape, so that's good. So how would we take that? Because I'm not going to use this on that tractor, so we're going to be taking this off. That turn. I wonder if that's a filter. No. Oh, I see how it's held on right there. There's a band. There. And I'm assuming there's going to be another bolt over here somewhere. Yeah. Or you can unbolt it from right there, and then the mount on the bottom, yeah, right there, and separate the pump from the head that way. Either or. There are a few ways of doing it, it looks like. I'm not sure which the best way to do it would be. I don't know if there's a bolt under here or not. I don't think there is. Find a head bolt. I don't feel one. There's a head bolt, and there's a head bolt, and there's a head bolt. I guess we could try those and see if that loosens off, or loosens it so we can get it off. Let me grab an extension. I think right now, at this current moment, I don't plan on doing anything with this engine. I'd like to leave it alone. The tractor's not going to see a whole lot of use. If the engine comes back around on its own, great. However, if it doesn't, well, then we'll maybe later down the road dig into it and see what we can figure out. However, it runs pretty decent, so we'll just go with it for now. We'll get on that. So unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have to pull the... Never mind, we can get a wrench on that one. Someday I would like to have a hydraulic lift, 112, but just not this one. I must have bumped it. Or it's pissed. I do have an idea for that pump though, and I will hopefully have a hydraulic lift tractor once I'm done with it. And I would use this tractor, but I bought it to use as a parts machine, and that's what we're going to use it for. It's in rough shape. Like I said, that fender pan is sad, and it would have to be replaced and repainted anyway, so I don't really want to do that. I just want to go on ahead and get it done. Plus, I've already got a patio set. I don't need any more. Let's see if this... Oh, cool. I figured that's all it was. So now I gotta take the belt off. That shouldn't be that hard, I would think. So, now that we see our engine, you need to take that, fold it down, and I think that would be the same shroud. Unless the manual lifts have that also. Have that lifted up like that. I don't see why they would. So then we need to take, oh yeah, we gotta take the belt off of the back of the engine, so the PTO clutch has to come off next. So I think I'm gonna get everything else off of this. I've never done the hydraulic lift before on camera, so I figured I'd film that and take it off on camera. I can do the rest of it off camera because I've done this before. So I'm just gonna do that, and then once I get the engine ready to be lifted out, we'll pick it out and we'll move it off to the side, put it up on the table, and get a good look over it, make sure everything on it looks good. We'll probably strip all the tins and everything off of it, and once we strip all the tin work and all that off of it, we can go on ahead and, I don't know, see what else on it needs done, I guess. Got that engine loosened up, everything should be off of it now, so hopefully when I pick up on it, it should come out. Oh, we still have a battery cable. I was going to say, I thought I saw that battery start moving. And once we get this out of here though, it should be pretty much unhooked. Leave it over. So now, that's the throttle cable just going, cutting through. There we go. That's heavy. So there we go. The engine is out. And yeah, we can take it over to the bench and start getting into it. So oh, here it is. Here is the engine out of our patio. So I guess I want to take the bolt out over here, take the shroud off, take this shroud off. Let's take a look at the engine and let's see what it looks like. I'm hoping and guessing that engine shouldn't look terrible. If it's been completely sealed up for the past 50 years, like I'm assuming it has, then it's got, I'd imagine it's going to have some dirt and buildup in it from over the years of running. I'm surprised this isn't slotted. And then I'll have to get some sandblasting media and blast the shrouds and everything so we can repaint them and get them all set and ready for the engine. I think the plan is going to be, I want to paint the engine block, I want to clean it up. Then once I get it cleaned up, I want to put it back together. And after it's all put together, I want to go on ahead and paint it again, or paint the tins, all the tin work. That looks good. No complaints there. Cool. End up changing these out for bolts is what I'm thinking I'm going to end up doing with these studs. They're supposed to be bolts, but when they have the hydraulic lift like this engine did, they put the studs in there for the pump to bolt to. So, yeah, let's pop our coil off here, I guess, and see how that. There. Grab a socket real quick. So let's go on ahead and get this shroud off of here. You know, I don't even need to take this off here. Now thinking about it, I can just take these bolts out. Well, actually, I will have to take them off eventually, but not right now, because I can just take these out of here and have what I need in order to on already. It's missing a shroud right there, I believe, because there should be another one on the jacket or the cylinder jacket. Then we'll take this bolt out over here. And now let's out. Yeah, this engine looks rough. I don't think this engine's ever been out of that tractor before. I think this is the first time it's been yanked. And unfortunately it's going into something else. Okay, that don't look terrible. I've seen worse. That looks pretty good. Starter looks good, the flywheel looks good. I'm not going to pull the flywheel if I don't have to. I do want to paint that flywheel. Actually, I should take that flywheel off. Yeah. I should pull this off, just go on ahead and do it. And we'll clean the flywheel up and paint it. Starter. What color would the starter be? This is the second one that I've seen just silver. I might just leave it silver. That engine turns over good. Has pretty decent compression to it also. I'm not sure if I was to put that in my parts washer that I have, if that would be a good idea or not. I don't see why it wouldn't be a good idea. It'd clean it out. It'd clean it up too. Yeah, see. That don't look terrible though for being as old as it is. I'm assuming this is the first time that shroud has ever been off there for it to be cleaned. Which, if that's the case, I was expecting it to be a lot worse. Because you have to remove the engine in order to take this shroud off, pretty much. Even the 200 series are like that. So we'll just pull this off of here, and once we pull this off of here, we'll get all the dirt crap off. Let's go ahead and get this stuff off of here. Need to take this off, which is off by that. Need to take, well, we've already got the belt off, belt guard off. That's for the hydraulic lift assembly. We don't need that on this engine. This is that belt guard. Here's the belt. I don't know if the muffler is going to come off or not. I guess we'll see. That's a 1/2 inch. That's what I thought. I'm surprised that did it. Yeah, I think this stud's too long. Came off on bottom, so we might. Did we get it? No, we can't get on there. Need a longer socket or wrench. Might be able to get it off with this. Here's another. Is that 9/16? It is. That explains that. There we go. There we go. That's off. Throw all that in there. So now, here's part of our governor assembly. We'll take that off. May as well. I'm gonna have to readjust the governor anyway. I should just take the governor off, or take the arm off. I'm trying to make it easier to clean the block up, and in the process, I'm trying to get everything off of it. That way it'll be a little easier when I go to paint it, because I do plan on painting this engine. I want it to match the tractor it's going into. And that's a clean repainted tractor, so I want this to be a clean repainted governor arm and a clean repainted motor. There we go. I got it. Cool. There's our governor arm. I'm going to leave the fuel pump on there. Here's the old condenser. That's original to the tractor, which is actually kind of cool. Let's pull the starter off. And then I want to take the flywheel off. Now what happens here? There we go. There we go. It's kind of interesting seeing that's not a bolt or a nut, and that that's a bolt. Usually you don't see that on these older ones. It came out easy. Nice. So I want to put a different bolt in here because I really don't want to destroy that one. So let's see. There we go. Now for this. Oh great. Put some pressure on it. Get it in a spot you can. Quite heavy, but I think you can. There we go. Get some pressure on it, hit the bolt, and that's how you get it off. You want to make sure that you don't screw that up. That's why I swapped a different bolt in there. You don't want to destroy this flywheel neither, because if you destroy the flywheel, well, you're done. So I'm trying to get it somewhere I can get on it. There we go. I don't know if you saw that or not, but it lifted off. So Might do one more good tap. There we go, I think we're off now. Oh yeah, we're off. There, look at that. There's your stator. That's a 10 amp stator right there. But it works, so we'll leave it alone. Because I did see it was charging the battery when I ran it around the other day. So that's good, we'll keep that and leave it alone. Now it would be a good idea to pull this out of here and check, or it would be a good idea to pull the stator, not only the stator, but pull the bearing plate. Check the bearings and check everything inside that engine. However, I am planning on leaving this engine completely alone if I can. So that's where we're at with this one for right now. I want to take this in the other room. I want to take it to the parts washer. I want to wash that engine thoroughly. I plugged this off, that way no diesel fuel would get into the pump. I have the points covered up still. I haven't opened those up or taken them out yet because there is a points plunger in there, and that plunger keeps, or that plunger is what moved the points. If I take that plunger out of there, diesel fuel will get into that engine, or even worse, we'll lose that plunger. So I'm just going to leave it in there and leave it alone. I wouldn't mind taking the pump off, but I think the pump should be alright. Let's take this in the other room. I'm going to throw it in that parts washer, and yeah, let's and gentlemen, we are gathered here today to celebrate these two in marriage. Blah, blah, blah. And now pronounce you husband and wife. You may jump into the bride, or jump into the husband, or whatever you do.